So, it's finally come to this. After countless millennia of traveling and having adventures, of fighting demons and seeing the wonders of the universe, I'm finally going to die. Usually that's okay, no big deal, just avoid it or, if need be, regenerate, but not this time. No regenerations for you, Doctor. No, there's no way out. Funny, I've died so many times that you'd think this would be easy, but to be quite honest, I don't think I genuinely expected this day to ever come. I guess I just never really thought about the fact that one day I'd actually, well, I think a part of the reason I never really thought about that fact was that I didn't genuinely consider it to be a fact. A possibility, yes, but if I'm being completely honest, you're dying, so there's no reason for you not to be. I think part of me was actually arrogant enough to think I wouldn't ever die. The most prideful part of me, which was, to be fair, one of the largest parts of me. No, don't think that way. Don't refer to yourself in the past tense. You're not dead quite yet. I'm going to be dead soon, so why not? Death comes to us all in the end, as I'm learning all too painfully right now. You've seen it before, haven't you, Doctor? Death. So much death. Too much. Too many people. Friends, enemies, loved ones, strangers you never knew but mourned anyway. And why did you mourn them, Doctor? Were you really lamenting their loss, or were you lamenting your own failure? Or were you just putting on a show so that people wouldn't realize what a cold-hearted egomaniac you really were? You might not have ever wanted to admit it before, not to anyone, not even yourself. But I know the truth, because I am you as you are me, and we're all dying together, cuckoo-choo. What a random thing to bring to mind at a time like this. John. I remember John. I wish I hadn't had to change things. I'm not sure if I would have, had I known he'd end up dead because of it. But oh well, what's another dead body in a sea of them, right? Katerina, Sarah, Joan, Adric, Angus, Chameleon, Evelyn, Mila, Jo, Antimony, Roz, Hex, Catherine, Claudia, Deborah, Lorenzo, Scarlett, Samson, Gemma, Chris, Lucy, Daphne, Alex, Tamsin, Sam, Miranda, Sheena, Brian, Rejoice, Squire, Dorian, Cass, Cinda, Chantho, Harriet, Astrid, Matthew, Adelaide, Linda, Rita, Lorna, Amy, Rory, River, Oswin, Tasha, Barnable, Alleganzia, Theol, Maris, Tara, Marshall, Danny, Alice, Clara, Bill, Grace, Barnaby, Greg, Nadia, Rhea, Truman, James, Jenny, Raz, Emma, Allison, Louise, Tom, John, Gillian, Cliff, Lola, Dorothy, Jessica, Elizabeth, Orson, Damien, Victoria, Angelique, Prudence, Irving, and countless others. So many others. Their blood is on my hands. Their deaths are my fault. I remember this species, although I can't think of their name for the life of me, ironically. But what I do remember is that they had a belief about what happens when you die. They believed that when you die, your spirit has to climb a mountain carrying the souls of everyone you wronged in your lifetime. I'm quite glad that's not true, because I can hardly imagine the weight I would have to lift. So many dead because of you, Doctor. You always said that you were a healer, that you went where you were needed and saved people and stopped the monsters, but that was never really true, was it? I mean, granted, you saved people, but at the same time, so many people died because of you that it makes me wonder if I really did more good than harm. The oncoming storm. That was what the Daleks used to call you. You were always a terrible monster to them, but it never really bothered you, because who cares what the Daleks think, right? In fact, if they hate something, it's quite probably good, correct? Sometimes. But then again, the Daleks hated the Cybermen, the Daleks hated the Movellans, the Daleks hated the Master. Just because a monster hates something doesn't mean that thing cannot be a monster as well. But why accept that you are a monster? Why do that even when the assembled hordes of your greatest foes locked you in the Pandorica? Because you always had to try to be better. You could never just accept the role that so many seemed to force on you. No, you had to play the role of a hero, even when you weren't one. Because maybe, just maybe, if you acted like a hero long enough, you would become one. Well, good job, Doctor. Look what being a hero got you. Death. It hurts more than I thought it would. It never usually hurts like this. How can normal people bear it? Stupid question. They don't. They die in pain just like you're going to. It hurts so much. I just wish it would be over with already. No, you don't. You wish you would live so that you could finally do something that matters with your life. But I have. I've saved people. Even with all of the tragic, awful deaths that have occurred, I saved people. Yes, but what's that matter? So what a few more useless, ordinary people are alive? So what if they're from Earth or Law or Mars? They all died in the end. All you did was delay their deaths, what, a day, a week, a year? They're all just mayflies. What does it matter if they die today instead of a year from now? What is a year in the life of a Time Lord? Instead, you could have been a true hero and obliterated the Daleks like the cancer that they are. Heaven knows they were given plenty of chances to. Or found a way to give nigh immortality to more people. Or you could have been a king. You could have ruled Earth or even Gallifrey. You had the power. A part of you always wanted to. You were a fool to ignore it. No. No, enough of this. If I die, then I die. I can't change that, but what I can change is this. I will not let my last thoughts be thoughts of regret, or anger, or selfish desire. I will not. I am the Doctor. I have lived for longer than any mortal ever should. I have seen empires rise and great men fall. I have seen evil and cruelty and horrors that none should ever know. But I have also seen hope. I have seen love. I have seen men, women, and even children give their lives not out of accident or suicidal thought, but out of love for all those that they were saving. I have seen families reunited. I have seen evil men and women turn from their ways and become good. I have seen joy. I have seen love. I have seen forgiveness. I have seen selflessness. I have seen all of these things. And while I admit that they do not ease the pain and horror of all of the bad things in the universe, they do outshine it, if you choose to let them. If you choose to look past the evil and see the good. If you choose to be a hero. If you choose to never be cruel and never be cowardly. If you choose to never give in and never give up. And if, when you fail at that, you choose to make amends and move on and do better and never settle for what's good enough. So yes, I have failed many times. I have fallen, but I have never stopped trying to be better. Even now, as I die, I am making that choice. The end is very near now. I can feel it. I know it's coming. And I know I can't stop it, and I am afraid. I'm more afraid right now in this moment than I have ever been before in my life. But I am choosing, nonetheless, to not let that fear consume me. Because what's the use of being afraid? What will happen will happen. Nothing I can do but accept it. I am the Doctor. I am thousands of years old. I am from the planet Gallifrey, in the constellation of Castabarus, and I am dying. But as long as there are still heroes, it doesn't matter. As long as there's still someone willing to lay down their life for another, then who cares if I die? I'm nobody important. I never was. I was only ever a madman with a box, traveling from here to there, helping out where I could. I'm not important, and there's nothing important left for me to do. What I can do right now, though, is slowly, carefully sit up and look at the sun as it rises from the horizon. It hurts, but it's worth the pain. Everything good is. Oh. I'd forgotten how beautiful sunrises can be. Well, as far as their sights go, it's not bad. It's here. I'm going. Finally. There's no need to carry the weight of the universe on my shoulders anymore. It's nice to be free of it. If only for a moment. I can barely see it now. The sunrise. It's just a blur. Nearly blind, but funny. Thought I saw River. Is that you? And Susan. I didn't expect to see you here. Is that you? You know, I was just trying to remember the rest of something. There is a time to live, and a time to die. I can't remember the rest right now, but I think I used to know it. What? Oh. Yes. Yes, I think I will close my eyes now. It's been so long since I last rested. So long. Farewell, Daleks. Farewell, Master. Farewell, Time Lords. Farewell, Earth. Farewell, Gallifrey. Farewell, TARDIS. Farewell, you wonderful, beautiful universe. Farewell.